Hi, my name is Maricel Villafranco Briones, and I'll be doing the parent interview after the ABIS 3 assessment. Good morning, Mr. Longoria. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for coming in this morning. And the purpose of this meeting, as you know, is to go over the results of the parent questionnaire that you filled out on February 8th.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we administered what is called the ABIS 3 assessment, and that's an adapter behavior test. So we're looking at Javier's adaptive skills compared to others of the same age. Now, Javier is 13 years old and 6 months.
Yeah.
And he's in the 7th grade.
Yes.
Okay, and it says here your primary language is English.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, well, the adaptive skills are skills that are necessary to effectively care for oneself. It's how we respond to others and meet the demands of home and school. Okay, so here is a copy of the results, and we can go over it together. And feel free to ask any questions if you have any questions. And the ABIS 3, it examines 10 adaptive skill areas and groups them into broad domains. And the domains, are conceptual, social, and practical. Okay? So if you can see here, to summarize all of them, there is a general adaptive composite score, and Javier scored a 73.
So that's like a C?
Well, you know, it would seem like it. The 73 is what we call a raw score. Okay? But in order to compare him to students that are his same age and grade, this will be calculated into what is called a scale score.
Okay.
So the scale score was a 73. And if you look at here, we have what is called a bell curve. Right here, and it's very easy to read. We have these lines that are going to divide it. Right here, 73, you see where it says low?
Yeah.
So he falls under that category.
Okay.
But let's briefly go over the skill areas that I was talking about. Okay, the conceptual, it's got 3 sets of skills, okay? So it's the communication, functional academics, and self-direction. Okay, so here these are behaviors needed to communicate with others, apply academic skills, and manage and accomplish tasks.
Yep.
Okay, so here he scored an 80. Okay, so what that means is that he is below average on these skills. Okay, the social, which is the 2 set of skills, the leisure and the social. Those are behaviors needed to engage in interpersonal interactions, act with social responsibility and leisure time. He scored an 87. Okay, and we have the practical domain, which has 4 sets of skills. We've got the community use, home living, school living, health and safety, and self-care. Okay, so these are behaviors needed to address personal and health needs, take care of the home, classroom, work setting, and function in the community. Okay, so right here, Javier did score a 94. Okay, so what I wanna show you here is that I wanna give you the adaptive skill area results. Okay, so I show here that in the conceptual domain, the one that we were talking about just a few seconds ago, which have communication, functional academics, and self-direction. Okay, right there, it shows that Javier functions in the below average range when performing basic academic skills such as reading, writing, and mathematics, as well as functional skills such as taking measurements and telling time. Okay, his ability to make independent choices, exhibit self-control, and take responsibility when appropriate, that is in the average range. Okay, now in the social domain, the leisure skills needed for engaging in play and planning recreational activities, they are in the below average range for Javier. His ability to interact socially, initiate and maintain friendships, and to express and recognize emotions and assist others when needed, that is in the average range. Okay? So now let's look at the practical domain. Okay? That offers you a more specific picture of his capabilities. His ability to function and get around in the community, including shopping and using community resources, that is in the below average range. Okay? And we'll briefly look at it here on the bell curve scale that we have here. Here you see, these are the sets of skills that I was explaining to you. They are broken down. And here in communication and functional academics, he does score in the below average range. Okay, but then we have the self-direction, and that is still below average, although it is slightly higher.
Okay.
And then we have the right here, as you can see, because I want you to see the average. Okay, so in the practical domain, home living is average, and so is health and safety and self-care.
Okay.
All right, so what this means pretty much, and I'll break it down to you right here. Like I was saying, the GAC, which is the General Adaptive Composite, the 73, what it means is that he falls under the percentile rank of 19%. Okay. So Javier is as high or higher than 19% of others his age.
Okay.
Okay. His conceptual is he's as high or higher than 9% of others his age.
Okay.
The social, 19%, so he's as higher than 19% of others his age. And then of course we have with the practical, which is higher. Now here he's as high or higher than 34% of others his age.
Okay.
Okay. Now overall, I know that it's a lot of numbers and it just has so much information, and at any time, you know, that you had questions, you know, we could go over it. But I also want you to know that overall his adaptive behavior can be categorized as somewhat lower functioning than what is typical for his age. Okay, for his conceptual adaptive behavior, that can be categorized as somewhat lower functioning than is typical for his age. The social adaptive behavior, somewhat lower functioning. And then his practical adaptive behavior, now that on the plus can be categorized as typical for his age. Do you have any questions?
What can I do to help at home?
Okay, great. And you know what? I'm so glad when I have parents that want to help out at home. What you can do is show for the communication and such, show him pictures of family members, teachers, encourage him to say the name, repeat the name, say goodbye and hello. There's things like that you can do, and I'll go ahead and write some of those down for you.
I think that's good.
All right, thank you so much.
Perfect.